Hi, everyone. Today I have the pleasure of speaking with Ricardo Contreras, who goes by Rico. He is a campus recruiter from Ernst Young. For those of you who do not know, Ernst Young, referred to as E&Y or EY, is one of the four largest accounting firms in the world. They have office locations all across the globe in almost any major city that you can think of. I've known Rico for a couple of years now, and he has come to present to students at my college on multiple occasions to let them know more about the accounting profession. More importantly, he has offered our students high-paying summer internships and job opportunities with his firm. In addition, he also lets students know about leadership conference opportunities, which provide them a pipeline to eventually work in the accounting profession. Rico, thank you so much for coming to chat with me today.
Of course. No, hi, Ming. Thanks for having me today.
Well, let's get started. My first question is actually this. You graduated from UC Berkeley's Haas School of Business, which is one of the top undergraduate business programs in the nation. What made you decide to pursue a career in accounting instead of something else like marketing?
Yeah, no, so I grew up, in the small town of Merced, California, and I actually grew up in a family-owned business. So my parents owned a mechanic shop, and so we did all kinds of work with tires and cars and body work, all kinds of stuff. So I was always exposed to the business environment. I knew that I wanted to go into that space, not specifically knowing where until when I reached Merced Junior College. That is when I got exposed to my first and second accounting course. And I realized that, this could potentially, lead to something. I'm really interested in the course. I'm good at it. I think this is something, and it's the language of business, as you hear a lot in the accounting world. And I knew that it could provide a lot of opportunities. Once I transferred to Berkeley, knowing that I wanted to pursue of accounting, I decided that, hey, I'm going to go to an information session, get exposed to some of the big four accounting firms and understand what they offer to students. And I got a chance to interact with a lot of different professionals, and it was specifically EY. I was exposed to a lot of their tax professionals, had great conversations, and that's kind of what solidified my interest in at least pursuing an internship. I did that during my junior year and senior year. I did an internship and ultimately led to a full-time offer and started my career in the tax department at EY for a couple of years.
Something else I wanted to ask you, I know all sorts of recruiters out there. Some recruiters, when they graduate from college, just go straight into recruiting. Now, you actually started working in tax first at Ernst Young. What made you want to switch to working in HR?
Yeah, no, when I got to Berkeley, I never thought about being a recruiter or going into the HR world. You'd be surprised how many opportunities come once you're in the firm. And so in addition to my day-to-day job in the tax group, I was also involved with recruiting. So I would have recruiters that would invite me to events at Berkeley or as an alumni to be able to go speak to students. And it was literally a recruiter that tapped my shoulder and said, hey, I think you can do this full time. I think you have a really good skill set here. Let me know if you're interested. Fast forward, a year later, I applied and got an opportunity and joined the recruiting team. My tax partners were very supportive of it. They said, hey, go try it out. If you don't like it, you can always come back to us. I've been in this career now for about 6 years now, and it's been great. I mean, I think for me, I had a recruiter when I was at Berkeley that really made an impact for me to this day. Nicole Felix, she is still my mentor to this day. And I really enjoyed, being able to be that person for somebody to make an impact and hopefully change someone's life and start a new career at EY. So that's a little bit about why, ended up in this field. And then, like I said, a big firm like EY, you just never know where you're going to end up.
Well, I'm glad you actually made that switch because I think you definitely made an impact on the lives of many students at my college. Speaking of which, I said earlier, you have come to my college to present to students on multiple occasions. Each time, I personally feel you go above and beyond to help our students. For example, I've seen you do a presentation that was supposed to be 1 hour long, and then you stay an extra half hour just to make sure all the students' questions are fully addressed. What drives you to do this?
I always put myself in their shoes whenever they're coming to an event because it's so easy to remember those days when I was there, nervous, sweaty palms at a career fair, not sure if I could get my questions answered. I didn't want to say anything, that was out of line or anything. It was a nerve-wracking experience. And so I try my best to build an environment with students that doesn't feel like that, where they can literally come to me with all kinds of questions, whatever they want to find out about the firm, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? I'm always very transparent with students. And then, like I said, right now in this virtual space, I feel like we can make even more impacts, right? Versus, in a career fair, it's hard to talk to every student, but here in these settings right now, it's easy to just, spend an extra 10, 15 minutes. And I hope that I want to be able to make sure I answer every question that students has, especially if they want to learn more, and then hopefully make them, decide that accounting could be a profession that they can consider. So even though those 10, 15 minutes could be the difference between, obviously making an impact on their lives. So that's kind of what drives me to, stay a little bit longer when it comes to those events.
Well, finally, I have to ask you a question that I usually ask my guests that come, speak with me, and that is, what would you say are your 3 keys to success in life?
I would say, there's a variety of things that you can put in this category. I think it really depends on the professional. As I look back in my career so far, there's a few things that I think have helped me personally, and I think are impactful. One of them being active listening. It sounds simple. It sounds like it's very easy to do, but you need to be able to process what people are trying to message to you when it comes to it, whether it's dealing with a client or you're internally with a team. A lot of people get so triggered with responding to something, or they already have this preconceived notion or a mindset that they want to respond to something. But take the time to listen to people and understand what they're trying to get, and understand and put yourself in their shoes to understand what they're trying to get to you, so that you can come to a better solution or figure out how to resolve an issue, right? The second area, I think the big one is really around and EY is really big on it, is the asking better questions part. Asking better questions is going to resolve or going to lead to better solutions. So in anything that you do, right, whether you're working on a team, on a school project, you're going to also learn more about people. And I think some people get nervous around asking questions, especially at a firm like EY, but I always encourage it because it's only going to help you grow as a professional. The last one, I actually just picked this one up from a recent class that I took for my MBA program that I'm in right now. I read this book called The Art of Possibility. And one of the areas that they suggest is follow rule number 6. And rule number 6 is don't take yourself too seriously. Some people interpret it differently, but I thought it was a great advice, because it is. And sometimes you're so worried and stressed about getting that opportunity, doing good in your job, but it's okay. Relax. Obviously it's okay to laugh sometimes. Don't take it too seriously. Again, your career is an amazing thing, but have fun with it, right? Like I said, try and come, be your authentic selves every day you can. And those are just a few of the things that I found that lead to success, especially in the corporate world.
Those are definitely great tips. Well, Rico, it was a pleasure chatting with you today and letting my viewers get to know a little bit about you. I look forward to seeing you again at one of our future campus recruiting events.
Of course. No, thanks for having me today. I had a great time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you and have a great day.